All right, and we'll get started. So, thanks so much, everyone, for coming on. I've been thinking about Jane for so long, like so many different times. I'm like, I need to reach out to her. I need to reach out to her because she was kind of my first introduction to direct sales, network marketing, kind of thinking outside the box of that 9 to 5 job. And I was just saying to her how I was like, I wonder if she remembers this, but I actually found her through Google. I was Googling when I was in Halifax and was wanting to find more about like Arbonne and more about what that meant, what direct sales was. I was teaching yoga at the time and had just started hearing all these different words and like healthy waves of skincare, and I was just so intrigued. And so I started Googling all these different words I'd been hearing. And I was like, pure, safe, beneficial. And I actually started selling Arbonne for a while because of Jane. And I met up with her at a cafe. And the moment I met her, I was like, I don't even know if I love Arbonne. I think I just love Jane. So I'm going to sign up because I like her and I like what she's all about. And I do use the products. And my family, my mom, my sister, like we're big supporters of her. And so many good things to say, but her personality has just always stuck with me, and she's always just been so true to herself and doesn't go outside. It doesn't, give you lies about what this business really is. And she's grown so big in her own business. Her beautiful children, I was just saying how much I love watching them grow and how proud she is of them. And her husband are so cute. They like still talk so nice about each other after all these years. Like,
It's a
so
lot of
there's
years.
so many good things I could say about her, but I'm just really proud. Yeah, I'm just really proud of her growth in her business. And she's been the first person that really made me believe that there's a different way out of this 9 to 5 job, but also using your social connections and networking in that way. So thanks so much, Jean, for coming on. I'll let you explain more about what you do and your expertise. And I can't thank you enough for being here with us this evening.
Oh my gosh, that was a very kind introduction. So thank you guys. Thank you, Julianne. Thank you, Sarah, and everybody who's joining us live. I know some of you guys are going to watch this on replay. When Julianne asked me if I would be open to hopping on a call with her team just to talk about social selling, I was actually really touched. So I'm a huge believer in women supporting women, and also in business owners supporting other business owners. Like I think the social selling industry is really special, and we make it better every time we choose to cheer for each other, and you know, viewing the growth and success of any one brand as a win for the whole industry. So that quote that says a rising tide raises all ships. So I actually the first time I remember seeing anything about Zyia is really through Facebook. Watching Julianne build her business. I have to tell you, in the last week and a half since Julianne has asked me to come on and chat with you guys tonight, one of my cousins in Ontario started her business. So I love seeing new companies come up in this industry, and just like seeing women especially grow and have an opportunity to really work on their own terms. I think that's amazing. So a couple of things that you should know about me. I'm a super proud Maritimer. I live just outside of Halifax. I am a mom to 3 teenagers and 2 cats. And my husband and I have been together 30 years and married for 23. Um, I am a terrible cook. My specialty is Eggo toaster pancakes. Coffee is necessary for me to do anything. I usually have about 4 different books on the go at any given time. I have been in the direct selling, social selling industry for 14 years, actually with the same brand. And I think my favorite thing about being part of this industry is that you get to be part of a community with really motivated people. And I know personally it's made me stretch and grow and up my game. I always say social selling is not for people who like to stay comfortable. And in turn, I get to teach and coach other people through that same process, which is really gratifying. So I am personally really proud to be a rep in our industry. And after 14 years, I love that it has become so much more common for people to have a side gig business alongside their other priorities. I love seeing new companies choose direct selling or social selling, the social selling model as a way to market their products. You know, right now, I think there are more than 200 companies using a direct selling model in Canada. There are roughly 1.2 million independent sales consultants in our country, and it accounts for about 3.5 billion in annual sales in our country. So this industry makes a huge impact in the Canadian economy and an even bigger one globally. So businesses that can be built virtually with flexibility are super attractive. And I just count myself really fortunate to be part of this forward thinking industry. And I just want to say to all of you that you are so smart for saying yes and for pursuing this. I'm going to talk to you tonight about, I think, 3 things that I believe make a big difference when it comes to doing social selling successfully and really growing a thriving business. And I will number them because I know there's some of you out there with pads and paper that like you will write number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I will not get them mixed up. Number 1 is generosity. So I always think we need to decide from the get-go to be generous and grateful in our businesses. And that looks like being a good listener with your customers and working really hard to establish quality relationships with them. Being generous with the people who host for you, who refer you, and who introduce you to new potential customers. Practicing gratitude with everyone who really touches your business in any way. And make being generous part of your team culture. And, you know, knowing Julianne like I do, I know that that's just part of how she's wired. So I'm sure that that is something that you know, she's including in how she trains her team. But, you know, direct selling and social selling is by nature a really generous business model. It grows through mentoring, meaning you have to teach other people to do what you do in order to scale up and grow your business. So the more you help others achieve success within your system, the more success you will personally have. And it's so important to establish a positive culture with your direct team and also a sense of community with other teams. And as I say that, you know, as we were coming on tonight, Julianne was telling me that, you know, she invited 2 other teams to participate in this Zoom tonight, and that she often shares her recorded calls with other teams that she networks with. So I know that that's already an established practice, and I think that's amazing. You know, when a rep promotes to a new level, they are evidence of success, no matter whose team they belong to. And it becomes good for everyone who's part of your brand. So celebrate everyone's success and practice these things within your own company, but also like with your friends who are reps for other brands. I think supporting other sellers and referring them to your network when you can is good for our industry. You know, when we do this, we elevate social selling as a whole. Remember that your brand culture influences your reputation. So social selling is so highly visible and so public because we do so much online through social media. And I always think that we need to just think about what you want your brand and your business to be known for, and then show up sharing those values. So, you know, generosity and gratitude will trump competition every single time. And believe in abundance because there really is enough business out there for all of us to do well. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is grit. And grit is your work ethic and your perseverance. So many people get involved in social selling or direct sales because they want flexibility with their time and flexibility with their finances. Um, and I remember really early on in my business, someone saying, you only get flexibility with discipline. So I'm going to say that again. You only get flexibility with discipline. You have to treat your business like a business and work it like a business with goals and a plan and daily habits and daily actions. A business makes you money, a hobby costs you money. And there are many, many people in the social selling industry that end up with more of a hobby than they do a business. Um, in the beginning, when you're just getting started with your business, decide to be the best student, because it's your mentor or your upline's job to teach you your brand system. But ultimately, you are your own boss. So you need to take responsibility for really getting good at the work. Keep things super simple so that others can follow your lead. You can be an original with your personality, but you need to follow a system for duplication. Get in the mindset of always upping your game, so getting better at doing virtual presentations, getting better at closing sales, getting better at customer service, getting great at social media. Figure out where you need to increase your skill and know that the only way to improve and increase your competence in something is to practice. Our industry offers such great rewards, and each brand, each company has really unique and really exciting recognition. But I always say that you need to fall in love with the work, not just your big goal or a particular reward. It's okay to be promotion driven and to want to move up to the next level, but ultimately you have to love what you do every day, not just a particular outcome that you're working towards. Social selling isn't a job, it's more like a journey, and you need to expect that there will be bumps in the road as well as seasons of amazing growth. Be in this for the long haul. Think 5 or 10 years down the road. People often overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 5 years. Too many people quit, I think, before they see the fruit of their labor. So don't be that person. And the third one is growth. So work on yourself every single day. Our industry is known for personal growth and for professional development. Make sure that you tap into trainings, into conferences, into Zoom calls, read business and leadership books, listen to podcasts. There's so much good content out there. There are so many phenomenal leaders in our industry, no matter what company that they belong to. And always remember that your business will grow in direct proportion to the amount of work that you do on yourself. We all have areas of ourself that we need to work on, and they change over time. The skills that you need to work on as a brand new rep are really different than the ones that you will need as a director growing a team. And if you've hit a plateau in your business, that's a sure sign to double down on your personal growth. When you are building a team business, you can't pour into others if your own cup is empty. And while it's amazing to earn a great paycheck and rewards for your business efforts, I think the biggest reward in a social selling business by far is the person that you become along this journey. My business has challenged me over and over and over again. Some days I feel like I'm totally kicking butt, and other days I feel like I'm totally getting my butt kicked. But when I think about, my amazing team, the super generous leaders who have mentored me along the way, my customers, some of whom have been with me for 14 years, and also the people that I haven't met yet that could benefit from what I have to offer, I get that fire in my belly all over again. So my friend Krista was the person who enrolled me in my business, and she's the person who reached out and shared with me like this opportunity and this industry and what it could do for me and my family. And oh my gosh, my life would be so, so different if she hadn't. So sidebar, I used to actually work for an airline, so you can imagine what the last year of my life would have been like if I still did that. Um, and now, I just wake up every day and remind myself that I want to be someone's Krista. I want to be somebody who shares this opportunity in this industry, and changes somebody's life for the better. So, you guys, be someone's Krista, be someone's Julianne, be someone's Sarah, and be super, super proud of what you are building, and be generous. Like, give it away to as many, many people as you can. Um, I have a question that I love to ask people, so I'm actually going to leave you with this question. And what I hope that you'll do, on your own time, is just journal about it. And I would love for you to send your answer to Julianne or whoever your upline is on this call tonight. And the question is, how has being involved with Zyia changed you for the better? So I'll repeat it one more time. How has being involved with Zyia changed you for the better? And that's everything, Julia.
Thank you. I was smiling so big the whole time.
So I am an old school network marketer in that I started my business like literally in people's living rooms doing home presentations. And, I'm loving the switch to virtual and being able to work so much more, from my laptop and from my house. And I think, when I think thinking outside the box, right? So, if you're doing a lot of if you're doing a lot of virtual presentations and you're not getting a lot of traction, then maybe you go to working more one-on-one and inviting people into like personal shopping appointments or something like that. Sometimes it's about like not looking for a big group. So instead of like looking for a virtual party with 10 or 15 people, like, do you know 2 or 3 people that might be interested? Because doing a couple of events with 2 or 3 people in a week, can add up to the 10 people of one event, right? Sometimes it's featuring really specific products. Like I might do a bulk deal on 1 or 2 really specific items, and invite people, like if they've not tried it before, like, and give a small discount that way. So, I think the important thing is just, don't give up, right? Just keep trying different things until you find one that gives you some traction.
Sarah says, thanks, Jane. Those are great ideas. And in home parties, sometimes they're so much easier.
Yeah.
Very true. Because people like touching stuff and trying things on and things like that.
I am addicted to online shopping. So like I'm the kind of person that joins an online virtual event. And I think maybe it's because I do them myself and I wish all my customers were like me. Like I go in and I place my own order, like I click on the link and like I do everything that you're supposed to do. Nobody needs to help me. I get it done. So I am a dream customer when it comes to virtual events.
I love it. That's another actual good thing that you brought up that I was talking about with someone the other day. She's on this call right now, is like encouraging people to kind of do their own orders because we do so many for people, especially when stock was low and they're restocking. So you want to get it before it sells out. And that's great. But what's like a tip or just some way that you could kind of transition people to feel more confident on their own placing their orders?
So again, not sure sort of what your practices are, but do you guys do VIP groups?
Yeah,
I'm
we
thinking, yeah.
do.
Yeah. So I have a VIP group, and whenever I do an online event, I'm always looking to transfer people from my online event into my VIP group. And in my VIP group, sometimes I'll go on and do like a little demonstration about how to use our shopping app, right? Or
Mm.
so it's not always just featuring products or items that are on special this month or things like that in my VIP group. Like, like I know I've seen you like style different things and post pictures of different ways to put outfits together. Like I'll do the same thing with products. So, sometimes it's just taking the time to show people in your VIP group through like a recorded video or something how your systems work, because not everybody's familiar, and they won't try if they don't think it's easy. So if you can show people how easy it is, to shop with your system, or just, here's the 5 things you need to know to place your own order, then it's easier for them to repeat that.
That's a great idea. I also wanted to ask you if you feel comfortable sharing like some of your challenges that you faced at the beginning, like as a new rep, but also like as you've continued so many years, just some challenges you've had, how you've overcome them, but also, of course, share some of your wins because we love that too.
I don't know. Like, I think a really optimistic person for the most part. So even if, like, I never really think about, like, if I'm having a particularly low week or a low sales month, I honestly don't get too sucked into that, because, like, especially because I've had my business for such a long time, like one low month in the span of 14 years, right? It doesn't really amount to much, right? So, and I always know that the only thing that I can control ever is my own effort, right? So, you know, like every day when I wake up, like I'm responsible, I'm the boss of me, right? And some days I'm a really great boss, and other days I'm a really slack boss. But I think at times in my businesses, I've had people quit. I've had rolled back a level. I've had lots of things happen over those 14 years. But if I never got another promotion again, I would stay doing what I do because I love the process, I love the people, I love the work, I love the flexibility. Um, when I started my business, my kids were 3.5, 2, and I had a newborn baby. And those kids are now 18, 16, and 14. And I chose to do this as my sole source of income. I actually left my previous career once my maternity leave was up, and pursued Arbonne as my only gig. And that's not really how like everyone does it. Like most people do businesses like ours as more of a side income. They have other things going on. And for me, my other thing was mothering, right? But like the access and time that I've had with my kids through my career is like probably the thing that I'm more proud of than anything else. Like I appreciate earning the car, and I appreciate the paycheck, and I appreciate the rewards, and earning trips and things like that. But like the life that I've been able to live as a really present parent is probably the thing that I feel the luckiest about. I don't know if that answered your question at all.
I love that. Sarah just said the same. I love that. So true. Well, thank you so much, Jane. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on here.
I want to wish all of you every success. I think you have an amazing brand and an amazing company and an amazing team. So I know that good things are going to happen for this team. Okay, guys.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Thanks, Julianne.
Bye.
Thanks
Bye.
everyone for coming on.